Hello everyone, welcome back to Raven Relics. I hope you're doing well. I have just completed my latest magical tome and I am going to share it with you today. So as you can see, it's another tall and skinny journal, one of my favorite dimensions. I don't know what it is about tall and skinny journals. There's just something about them that I am obsessed with. And I know many of you at home also love these dimensions. So this book is just under 4 inches wide by just over 10 inches tall. There are 14 signatures and 336 pages total, front and back. Okay, so let's start with the covers. We have this very soft, luscious, aged, creamy white sari ribbon closure, and threaded through it is this real antique key. So I'll give you a little close-up of the key, of course. And it is gold to match the gold Laurel wreath on the cover. So I actually made these covers out of linen. I've never used linen fabric before to make covers, but I wanted to try it. Every journal that I sell now comes wrapped in aged linen. I actually have a piece right here I can show you. So this is more of the same exact linen that I made the covers from. And like I said, every book now comes wrapped in a piece of this linen because I just like that feeling of, I don't know, it's like the shroud covering the magical ancient tome, and unwrapping it kind of makes you feel like you're uncovering a genuine relic. So I've been using the linen fabric for that purpose for a number of months now, but I've had it in the back of my mind at some point I want to make covers with this linen because it's just, I don't know, it just to me is like the most perfect kind of aged looking fabric. I don't know, it just really gives an authentically old look. So I have officially done it and I'm obsessed. I am totally obsessed. I love it and I think I will probably do it again. I would love to make all kinds of books with this linen fabric. More tall and skinny, maybe some normal shape and size books as well, we'll see, but I love it. So I coffee dyed the fabric and then I coffee stained it on top of it being coffee dyed. And I also water stained it a little bit. And then I took my gold pen and I just splattered a little bit of gold ink on both the front and back cover. So here's the back. There's that gold ink splatter. And here on the bottom corner, I don't expect my phone to be able to actually focus because it's so tiny, but there is a little Nick the Booksmith book label at the bottom. That's not gonna focus. It's really cute. It's really cute. And there is a picture of it on the Etsy listing. So I just love the really stained, really super grungy look. And then of course, here on the front cover, like I said before, we have a gold laurel wreath. And a laurel wreath is basically this ancient symbol of victory and empowerment, peace and cleansing. If you just go to Google and type laurel wreath meaning or symbolism, you'll get a whole bunch of stuff. Most people associate laurel wreaths with like ancient Rome or ancient Greece, I think. I just thought it was super pretty. And when I first came across this, I actually thought that it was antlers like deer antlers, but with leaves. And then I realized it was a laurel wreath. So I just like the shape. I think it's beautiful. And it kind of set the tone for the whole theme of this book, which is like ancient Greece meets ancient England. So it's kind of like, there's that kind of classical, luxurious feminine feeling, but it's very nature-based. And I was very inspired by, you know, like Celtic design and Celtic culture, I guess. Here's the spine, of course. All right, I think that's everything. All the usual materials were used. Professional bookbinder's board for the covers, archival grade adhesive, 100% Irish linen waxed thread, and 50-pound drawing paper. Okay. So what I wanted to do is make the covers basically as plain as possible. I wanted them to just be that, you know, neutral, grungy linen, and that's pretty much it, other than the pop of shininess with the gold details. And then I wanted you to open these neutral, minimal covers and be met with a very colorful, lively, vibrant, abundant inside. So it's kind of like a nice contrast. So we have a whole bunch of stuff in this front cover pocket. This is one of my standard semi-blank journals. So that means that there's a front cover pocket with a whole bunch of ephemera. There's a nameplate on the back cover. There's a bookmark, there's a tissue guard with a title page, and then there's, oh gosh, I can't remember exactly how many digital stamps and hand stamps I put in here, but I'm gonna say approximately like 20, let's say 30 total. Let's say that there's, it'll be in the listing. The specifics are always in the listing, but I'm gonna say there's approximately 30 stamps throughout this book, as well as numerous pieces of ephemera on top of the ephemera in the pocket. So actually, if I, yeah, there you go. You can see if you look straight down that there's a good amount of ephemera in the book as well as in the pocket. So I'm not going to take every last piece of ephemera out of the front cover pocket, but I want to give you a little view of the end papers because they're so beautiful. Oh my gosh. So again, nature-based, beautiful, floral, feminine, and then I'll show you, we'll jump all the way to the very end so that you can see the end papers at once. Here is the back end paper. So I actually took, it was one image that I just cut in half. So if you were to, I don't know if this will work. No, you can kind of see. This used to be one image, and then I just cut it. As soon as I saw this tall flower and that tall flower, I was like, yep, those are the end papers. So, okay, let me attempt to, I'm not gonna try to make this all fancy and pretty again. I'll do that later. I'm gonna jam everything back in the pocket and we will move along. You can see this lace bookmark here. This is real vintage lace that I have used before, I think in a couple other books for bookmarks, and it's just incredible. I don't know if you can tell. I'm gonna have to hold it over something darker, but there are dragons and a crest. It's magical, fantastical, and it's very delicate. Like I said, real vintage. And then of course we have the tissue guard. I always put a tissue guard over the title page. And this particular title page has a beautiful archway made of what I think are some kind of fruit trees. I don't know exactly. And then there's a bunch of ink splatter And then we begin. So there's, like I said, ephemera throughout. There's some larger pieces as well as smaller pieces. I'm not gonna undo this. There's several gold paper clips. Think medieval meets druid meets ancient Greece. That's kind of like the theme I was going for. So this is like a medieval astrological zodiac chart. It's really beautiful. And I've used it before, so you've probably seen it before. And of course, all of the pages have been coffee dyed with baking soda for a lovely aged effect. There are rips and burn marks. So I'm not going to be able to show you every single piece of ephemera or every single stamp, but hopefully just quickly flipping through will give you a general idea. Beautiful header. I love, 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 love this banner. I try not to, you know, I have a massive collection of digital stamps. It's huge, but it's still not big enough for me. I literally want like 1 million digital stamps. At some point I'll get there, but my collection is pretty big already. I've been doing this for, you know, almost 3 years straight now. So, I try to use all the stamps that I have, but some I just come back to over and over and over again because they're my favorite. And this is one of them. It's just, I don't know, it's perfect. Beautiful, grungy pages. Some ink splatter on the back of that one. Another one of my favorite digital stamps is this gorgeous tree. So there's digital stamps and hand stamps, of course, like I mentioned before. More medieval ephemera. I know my phone camera just does not do a good job of focusing. If I put it on autofocus, then literally every time I turn the page, it'll boop, 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 you know, unfocus and refocus, unfocus and refocus. And I don't like that. That's kind of annoying. But if I don't have it on autofocus, then it just kind of never really focuses and is like slightly, I don't know. First world problems. Hopefully it's not a big deal for you guys. This is just a little, like, free-floating pocket thingy that I made. There's some Celtic knotwork, a digital stamp of some Celtic knotwork down there. Another big burn mark. Some tags. More ink splatter and a little rip with a beautiful thistle flower coming out of the rip. Beautiful phoenix. Little itty bitty baby Celtic knotwork stamp. This is a beautiful dragonfly digital stamp. I put some ink splatter. There we go. Here we go. And this, I love this digital image. I didn't know exactly how I wanted to incorporate it, but I ended up just making a huge print of it, you know, printing it as large as I could and then just ripping right around the edge and I obviously aged the edge as well. This really just captured the general sort of theme that I was going for. Elegant, nature, you know, rustic and natural and organic, but also feminine and beautiful. Celtic knotwork letter. More ink splatter. Filming tall and skinny journals also is kind of interesting because you have to be, the camera has to be far enough back that you can see the whole thing, but then there's also like a lot of empty space on the edges. I don't know. I criticize myself way too much. I know my filming skills are not that great, but that's because I put all my effort and energy into just making the book. Okay, we're getting there. Big Ouroboros stamp, the snake eating its own tail. Little griffin ephemera. Another burn mark and a digital image of some pumpkins. And then back here, peeking through the burn mark, you can just see this little bitty baby envelope that I paper clipped to the side. Just about done. I think, yeah, that's the last one. And here we are at the back again. So there's my maker's mark and ink splatter, beautiful stains, and that incredible end paper again. And here's a close-up of the nameplate. This book belongs to. Okay, boom. So that's that. All right, guys. Let me make sure I'm centered. Okay. I hope that you enjoyed this flip through. If you have any specific questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. Like I said, all of the specifics are always in the Etsy listing. So at the time that I'm filming this, it's not listed yet. I'm not sure exactly when it will be listed, but potentially by the time I release this video, it will be. I always keep you guys up to date on Instagram. So if you want more, you know, day-to-day kind of updates, Instagram is definitely the place to go. And I will put all of my links in the description box down below. And I think that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.